Millions spend hundreds monthly on prescriptions when a 10-cent powder does the same thing better. That powder is psyllium husk, and most doctors never explain what it truly does. Today you will learn exactly what happens inside your body over 30 to 180 days. This is not theory or guesswork. This is backed by decades of peer-reviewed clinical research. Welcome to Real Health Logic, your source for evidence-based health insights. Let us begin right now. Psyllium husk comes from the outer seed coat of a plant called Plantago ovata naturally. It is one of the most clinically studied dietary fibers that exist anywhere in the world. What makes it truly special is its ability to absorb water and expand dramatically inside you. It expands up to 50 times its original size and forms a thick, powerful gel. That gel is the engine behind every single health benefit we are going to discuss today. Unlike most supplements, the science behind psyllium is not early or weak, it is deep. The research is replicated across dozens of countries and published in top peer-reviewed medical journals worldwide. And unlike Ozempic, psyllium costs less than 10 cents per dose at your local store. Before we go through the timeline, you must understand the correct way to actually take it. Most people take it wrong and then wonder why they are not seeing any real results. The single most important rule is timing. Take it 30 minutes before your biggest meal. For most people, that biggest meal is dinner, so take your psyllium before dinner always. Mix one serving into 8 to 10 ounces of plain, clean water and drink it fast. You have about 90 seconds before the mixture starts gelling inside the glass. Move quickly. After drinking it, immediately follow with a second full glass of plain water, 8 to 12 ounces. This second glass is absolutely non-negotiable. Skipping it causes bloating and can make things significantly worse. Without enough water, psyllium pulls moisture from your body instead of helping it work properly inside. For dosing, never jump straight to the full therapeutic amount. Always ramp up slowly instead. In week 1, take just 1 teaspoon once daily mixed into your water before dinner. In week 2, increase to 2 teaspoons spread across the day, perhaps morning and evening doses. By weeks 3 and 4, gradually work up toward the full target of 10 to 12 grams. Split your full daily dose across 2 or even 3 separate servings throughout the entire day. This slow ramp-up eliminates most of the discomfort that causes the majority of people to quit. One important warning for anyone currently taking any kind of medication. Please read this carefully now. The psyllium gel can bind to medications and slow how well your body absorbs them fully. This is especially true for heart medications, diabetes medications, and thyroid medications you may be taking. Always take your medications at least 2 full hours before or after your psyllium husk dose. Now let us walk through exactly what your body experiences from day 1 all the way forward. Within just a few hours of your very first dose, the gel begins forming inside you. It starts moving through your entire digestive tract and you will likely feel fuller almost immediately. That fullness feeling is real. The gel is physically pressing against the walls of your stomach. However, days 1 through 3 are what most honest health educators call the difficult adjustment phase. You may experience some bloating, gas, and changes in your normal bathroom habits during this time. This is not a sign that psyllium is failing you or that something has gone wrong here. It is actually a sign that your gut microbiome is responding and beginning to wake up again. Your gut bacteria are adjusting to a level of fiber they probably have not seen recently. This uncomfortable adjustment phase typically resolves completely within 1 to 2 weeks for the vast majority of people. Some people feel absolutely nothing in the first few days. No bloating, no gas, no changes. That can actually signal a severely depleted microbiome with too few active bacteria to mount a response. Whether you feel a lot or nothing at all, the most important thing is to continue consistently. The first few days are not the finish line, they are simply the entrance fee you pay. Around day 4, something noticeably positive starts happening with your digestion and your daily bathroom routine. Bowel regularity begins improving in a way that most people have not experienced in many years. A major clinical trial tracked people with chronic constipation before and after starting psyllium husk supplementation. Before psyllium, a shocking 86% of participants were having fewer than 3 bowel movements each week. Think about that, eating 2 or 3 meals daily but eliminating only 3 times each week total. After just 4 weeks on psyllium, that number dropped dramatically from 86% all the way down to 20%. The rate of painful straining during bowel movements also fell from 55% of people down to just 8%. What is particularly remarkable is that psyllium does not just work in one direction for everyone. If you are constipated, the gel softens things and gets them moving more regularly and comfortably. If you are dealing with loose stools, the gel firms things up and brings stability instead. The gel regulates your digestive system in whichever direction your body actually needs it to go. By week 2, something else begins shifting that initially made psyllium go viral across social media platforms. Your appetite starts dropping, and not just slightly. Research shows roughly a 30% reduction in hunger. The mechanism behind this is genuinely fascinating and involves two separate and powerful biological processes happening simultaneously. First, the gel physically presses against the stretch receptors lining the walls of your stomach directly. Those receptors send fullness signals up to your brain through a pathway called the vagus nerve. Your brain receives these signals and registers that you are full, even before the food even arrives. Second, and even more powerfully, psyllium triggers your gut to release a hormone called GLP-1 naturally. If that name sounds familiar, it absolutely should. GLP-1 is exactly what Ozempic is designed to mimic. GLP-1 tells your brain to stop eating, slows how fast food leaves your stomach significantly. It also improves how your body responds to insulin, which matters enormously for metabolic health long term. You are getting the same biological hormone response from a 10-cent powder instead of a costly injection. Studies confirm that taking psyllium 30 minutes before a meal reduces caloric intake at that meal by 17%. Not just fullness, actual measurable reduction in the number of calories you consume during that sitting. At the 1-month mark, something important begins changing in your blood that will surprise your doctor next visit. Your liver produces bile acids using cholesterol that it draws directly from your bloodstream on a regular basis. These bile acids travel into your gut and help your body digest and break down dietary fat. Normally, after doing their job, your body simply reabsorbs and recycles those bile acids over and over again. Psyllium interrupts this recycling process in a very specific and clinically significant way that benefits your heart. The gel physically traps bile acids inside your gut and removes them from your body during elimination. Now your liver has a problem. It needs to make new bile acids to replace the ones lost. To manufacture new bile acids, your liver must pull more LDL cholesterol out of your bloodstream directly. This is the mechanism that produces real, measurable, clinically significant reductions in your LDL cholesterol numbers. Across 28 separate controlled clinical trials, the average LDL reduction from psyllium was 13 milligrams per deciliter. That is the kind of cholesterol reduction your doctor typically only sees when they prescribe statin medication. A study published in JAMA Internal Medicine took this finding even further with a remarkable and telling result. Researchers added psyllium to an existing statin regimen and compared it to simply doubling the statin dose. The result? Psyllium plus the original statin dose equaled the exact same LDL drop as double statins. Same cholesterol results, half the medication. That is what peer-reviewed research actually shows about this simple powder. By months 2 and 3, the metabolic benefits of psyllium become clearly measurable in your blood work results. Your fasting blood glucose levels begin to fall, and your A1C starts showing meaningful, trackable improvement. A1C is the marker that reflects your average blood sugar level across the past 3 months total. One clinical trial recorded a full 1-point drop in A1C in just 8 weeks of psyllium use. Participants went from 8.5 down to 7.5, a result that typically requires pharmaceutical intervention to achieve consistently. A separate controlled study found that psyllium alone reduced insulin resistance by a remarkable 33% on its own. When psyllium was combined with consistent lifestyle modifications, that insulin resistance reduction climbed even higher to 58%. And these improvements began showing up in measurable data within just 2 weeks of starting supplementation regularly. One of the most clinically striking facts about psyllium is how it behaves differently from most supplements available. Most supplements deliver their best results to people who are already in relatively good metabolic health to begin with. Psyllium works the opposite way. It works better the more dysregulated your health actually currently is. The higher your LDL cholesterol going in, the more dramatically your LDL falls with consistent psyllium use. The more out of control your blood sugar, the greater and faster the improvement you will experience personally. If your numbers have been going in the wrong direction, you are actually the best candidate for this. By month 3 and beyond, the changes start showing up on the scale and around your waistline visibly. A meta-analysis pooled data from multiple studies on people taking psyllium before meals at 10 to 12 grams daily. The findings showed an average body weight reduction of approximately 4.5 pounds over the period. Waist circumference also dropped by about 1 full inch, with absolutely no required dietary changes made by participants. Now, 4.5 pounds might not sound dramatic, but understand what psyllium is actually doing here. Psyllium does not directly burn fat the way a stimulant or thermogenic compound might theoretically attempt to do. What psyllium does is remove the underlying conditions inside your body that were causing fat storage in the first place. The insulin spikes, the blood sugar crashes, the intense cravings that lead to caloric overconsumption, all gone. Once those conditions are removed, your body begins releasing stored fat naturally and continues doing so consistently. Blood pressure also begins declining during this window, likely as a downstream effect of improved overall metabolic health. The visceral fat around your organs decreases, inflammation drops, and your cardiovascular system begins functioning more efficiently overall. Something else is happening beneath the surface during this entire period that you cannot see on any scale. Your gut microbiome has been silently remodeling itself since the very first day you started taking psyllium regularly. Studies show psyllium significantly increases populations of beneficial bacteria while simultaneously crowding out the harmful strains completely. In some studies, beneficial bacteria populations increased by nearly fourfold compared to baseline levels before supplementation began. This remodeling matters profoundly for your health in ways that go far beyond digestion and bathroom regularity alone. Your gut bacteria directly influence how your body extracts and metabolizes energy from every single meal you eat. They regulate inflammation throughout your entire body, influence immune function, and even affect your mental and emotional state. Approximately 90% of your body's serotonin, the chemical that regulates mood and motivation, is produced in your gut. As your gut microbiome improves and diversifies, many people begin reporting noticeably better energy levels throughout their days. Brain fog starts lifting, mood becomes more stable, motivation and mental clarity begin returning in meaningful, noticeable ways. Here are 2 additional research-based facts about psyllium that most popular health content never actually mentions at all. A 2022 review published in Nutrients found that psyllium's gel significantly increases production of something called butyrate in your gut. Butyrate is a short-chain fatty acid that serves as the primary fuel for the cells lining your colon. It reduces inflammation, strengthens the gut barrier, and has been linked to lower long-term colorectal cancer risk. Second, beyond GLP-1, psyllium also stimulates the release of a second gut hormone called peptide YY simultaneously. Peptide YY independently reduces appetite and slows the rate at which food moves through your digestive tract. This dual hormonal action is why the appetite suppression from psyllium tends to feel more sustained and consistent. It is not one mechanism. It is multiple systems working together to regulate hunger and metabolism simultaneously and naturally. Now let us talk about the one mistake that cancels out almost every benefit psyllium is capable of delivering. The mistake is simple. People take their psyllium but do not drink nearly enough water alongside it consistently. They mix it into a small amount of water, drink it, and then go about their day without refilling. Without adequate hydration, psyllium cannot form the gel properly, and it can actually worsen constipation dramatically instead. It may also cause the powder to swell before reaching your stomach, creating discomfort or a choking hazard potentially. You must drink at least 8 to 10 ounces per serving plus a full additional glass immediately after every time. Throughout the rest of your day, increase your overall water intake as well. Psyllium increases your hydration needs generally. A few more practical notes to help you succeed with psyllium over the long term and stay consistent. Use the powder form rather than capsules. You need 6 to 8 capsules just to match 1 powder serving. Look for pure psyllium husk powder with nothing added. No flavoring, no sweeteners, no artificial additives whatsoever. Flavored versions are typically loaded with sugar or artificial sweeteners that directly undermine the metabolic benefits you want. Organic is ideal if it is available and within your budget. That is the form most practitioners recommend. Do not stir it excessively in the glass. Just dump, swirl gently, and drink it immediately without delay. If you are consistent, stay properly hydrated, and ramp up slowly, the results are genuinely remarkable over time. 30 days brings digestive regularity and the beginning of measurable appetite reduction and cholesterol improvement already forming. 90 days brings significant blood sugar improvement, further cholesterol reduction, early weight loss, and blood pressure changes. 180 days and beyond brings gut microbiome transformation, sustained fat loss, and full metabolic recalibration throughout your body. The evidence is clear, the mechanism is understood, and the cost is almost nothing compared to what it delivers. If this breakdown was useful to you, please hit the like button. It helps this channel reach more people. Subscribe to Real Health Logic for more evidence-based health content delivered in plain, clear, and honest language every week.